Check it out.
Jelly.
He's so sad.
Oh my god.
Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Taskmaster, the Unauthorized Quarantine Edition. Let's get right to it and introduce our 5 participants, zooming through the competition in every way. They are ALLISON FRASCA, Christine NASSAR, DOMINIC RUSSO, Max Ash, and NAOMI CALHOUN. And of course, in the window to my left, it's my former friend, but assistant forever, Phil Romano! I'm your Taskmaster, Drake AMENDOLA. Now, Phil, last week we started off the show with some technical difficulties. I hear you've improved things this week. Is this true?
It is true. Not only have I improved things, I've actually added a bunch of things. I thought the show was lacking in special effects, so I just added a couple bells and whistles here and there. And by bells and whistles, I mean
fog, and lasers. Everybody loves lasers.
Okay, that's quite enough. Let's get started, of course, with the prize task. I know we put a lot of thought into these intricate, high-concept prize ideas, so Phil, please, do your best to explain what the prize task this week is.
Yes, so the prize task this week, we asked the contestants to bring their best hat.
Their best hat.
Best hat. So Max's hat? Would you like to see Max's hat?
Sure.
Max's hat, yeah.
Here's my,
Yes.
okay, so my hat, I felt like, I don't have a lot of hats. I look terrible in hats. So this was, for some reason, lying around the apartment I'm staying in. And the thing is, it was kind of lame. So I did make a very quick adjustment to the hat. So this is my hat. It's a Santa hat, but now it says best hat. Can you see it? Thank you for your consideration. Can you not?
Do. A literal best hat.
Yeah.
I'm also noticing a trend in your prize task is just stuff you found laying around your apartment that you don't know why it's there.
That's kind of how I live my life.
I really want to see what hat Naomi brought in, so can we have Naomi next?
Okay,
Let's see
guys.
Naomi's hat.
If you've been to one party with me one time, you might have seen this hat. It is a toucan hat.
Ooh.
It's got a little tail and it's got wings. So I call him Toucan Lou. And this is because one time I was doing the New York Times crossword at commute to work. And it was like, what's the Fruit Loops toucan? And it was Sam. And I wrote Lou because for some reason my brain is like, yes, the toucan from Fruit Loops is named Lou. And later, Danny and I were looking at it like, why is this wrong? What is wrong with this puzzle? And then we realized that I wrote Lou, and he was like, do you think the toucan's name is Lou? So this toucan's name is Lou. It's a great hat if you want to meet people. I
Not
don't like myself
Lucan.
either.
Why not Lucan?
We're all thinking it.
Yeah,
Good.
I was the only one brave enough to say it. Lucan.
I was gonna say that Lou is, it's a great uncle name. That's probably what you were thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
All cartoon avians have 3 nephews.
Lou.
You can just say birds.
You're right. I'll fuck off.
Well, actually,
Actually, let's do the opposite of that, and let's see what hat you brought.
Dominic.
Yes, Dominic, please fuck on and show us your hat.
I've officially fucked back on to announce my, I don't know what a fancy word for hat is, I'm from the Midwest. So, I know what you're thinking. Sometimes you go outside and you're doing construction, and you think, this is a perfect hat for that, but it's too cold. Worry no more. This is authentic, furry. It could clip if you had a smaller head. And so you can kind of handle, really all weather is construction or cold, and this handles both.
I'm going to skip over that you said that it is authentic furry, and just point out that you kind of look like a Canadian supervillain.
I think that's good. And I honestly, if I were to be evil, I would be polite about it.
Well, speaking of Canadian supervillains, would you like to see Christine's hat next?
The most fearsome Canadian supervillain of them all. I want to see Christine's hat next.
Absolutely. And so there's this story. I don't know if many of you know this about me, but this one time, years ago, I went to this party and
Jesus Christ.
absolute douchebag there. And he was wearing the best hat. And so, of course, I just, I saw it and I was like, one day I'm going to need a hat that good. And so, of course, I stole it. And here we now are with the best hat.
You motherfucker.
So,
Well, I
Christine,
can't wait to see you bring the hat next week as well.
Allison, what hat have you brought in?
I've brought in a dramatic pill hat with veil. I am dead inside, and I think this is the best hat to reflect my current mood. It is dramatic, it is near me, and it is the perfect way to encapsulate my current mood, which is broken. Thank you.
Mood killer.
I am also dead inside. But maybe you're more dead inside because your first thought is a hat could speak my truth.
Well, I think it's more like I love the aesthetic truly no matter what, and I think that rules overall. So like even in our darkest times, why not look good too?
That's what Jackie O always said.
I'm a lot, baby.
What do you think of these hats?
Well, these are all good hats, but we're looking for the best hats, and I have to judge them accordingly. I am sorry that you are dead inside, Allison. I take solace in knowing if you're dead already, I cannot possibly make it worse. So Allison is in last place with 1 point. Coming up next is Captain Construction. Dominic's hat is like just two hats put together, I guess. 2 points for Dominic. 3 points to Toucan, Lou, and Naomi. I can already tell she's not happy about this, but I mean, it is a good hat. 4 points to Christine's stolen hat. Here's the thing. In and of itself, it's not good, but anything stolen, like, is a little bit better. And also, I love the guts of, like, Christine bringing the hat back. However, if she brings it again next week, she will get no points, no matter what it's for. And 5th, for the literal best hat, Max. I mean, it says it right on the hat. 5 points to Max.
No fucking way. Just to be so clear, I was expecting last. I was so ready for last.
Max, I have to say you're not the only one.
Well, that was much too complicated. Please, let's relax with a simple task.
Yeah, it's as simple as just tying a knot.
Oh, this one has rope.
Tie the most interesting knot.
What is an interesting knot?
You have 5 minutes. Your time starts
Now, okay, I'm gonna make a little man.
What is an interesting knot? That means nothing.
Baseline.
my quarantine hobby that I've picked up is weaving, which is basically just like elaborately tying and not tying knots. So I feel like I should have more of a plan going into this.
I'm just sort of looping shit into itself.
They figured out all the knots.
Simple task, right? Just tie a knot.
Yes, I don't know what makes a knot interesting either, so I'm keen to find out from these videos.
But let's see all of them tying interesting knots.
I would love to.
This is not my forte.
I was never a Boy Scout. The whole concept of it scared me.
Wait, let's see. What can I do that would be like weaving?
I learned how to make knots in college in like a a film class, how to tie stuff down, like lights and cameras. I retained none of that.
My brother did Cub Scouts, and I would like look at his book of like what kind of badges you could get. And that all led to me not being able to know how to tie any knots.
It's called the gingerbread man. I've completely made this up. I don't know how to tie real knots besides a bow. Or what's interesting about that?
I'm really going for the symmetry of it. I think that's part of the artistry. Not of knot tying, but of art.
You ever see the book Maniac McGee, where he had to untie like the most giant ball of string that was all knotted together? I would like to do that, but I don't think I have enough string to do that.
Let's loop through the loops.
Then you gotta make little arms and tie another knot through this head. I should have done a pretzel. I don't know. Ugh.
Oh, I guess I can use other things besides the rope. A bottle of extra virgin olive oil makes a pretty interesting knot. Let me just loop that through. I'm not gonna hold it by one end of the string. That's a great way to get olive oil all over your floor. I got more rope. What else can I put here?
Why are the knots betraying me?
Change of plans. We're doing a Celtic knot, heritage, culture, worldly.
I feel like it's an interesting concept, but I could see the argument that it is two separate knots, and so I'm now going to merge them. And when I pull it together, it makes this large clump. It's hard to say that that is not a knot.
And then we're gonna come back around and tie a knot up here. So we've looped it through the loops. I don't know if you can see, we've looped it through the loop itself.
You know, maybe what the interesting knot was is all the knots we made along the way.
Lamp, which looks like the Eiffel Tower. This is like Mission Impossible in the sense that it's impossible and it's a mission.
Kind of like a statue.
Perfect.
All right, there we go, I'm done.
You know what? You know what? Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Looks like a uterus. Look at that.
All right, can you show us your knot?
Okay. But oh, I didn't even notice. It looks vaguely like a butterfly.
You know what? Guess what, baby? Haha. It's a loose interpretation of a snail. Real loose interpretation.
The bottom is like just a once over knot. The middle is like a tie your shoes knot. And then the top, I just tied it again at the top. Not my best work, but I'm proud of it.
There we go, baby. It's a snail. It's a snail knot.
That looks like a uterus, guys. In terms of interesting knots, it's not going to get more interesting than that, so.
And can you open task number 3?
I know what this is gonna be.
This is going to be like, eat the interesting knot you just made.
I know exactly what this is gonna fucking be.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to do something with the knot, aren't I?
Untie your knot, fastest wins, your time starts now. Of course.
I was always like confused by why people had letter openers.
Untie your knot, the fastest wins, your time starts now.
What exciting television.
Yeah, so maybe this task is not so simple after all. So obviously, this was a two-part task, a surprise two-part task. You are still going to judge the first part of the task. That was a genuine task.
All right, let's just start out of the gate. Allison's snail knot is cute. I like cute. 5 points to Allison. Also, Christine's knot, also cute. Butterfly, it didn't look as much like a butterfly like Allison's looked like a snail. So for that, 4 points. Naomi's interesting knot was, I think, the most interesting actual knot of like, I think she's the one who put in the most work to making it look like an impressive knot. However, it wasn't cute. So for that, it only gets 3 points.
Sure.
I think Max just kind of lucked out that it looked like a uterus. I think he just kind of twisted knots together. And then even in the video, you could see him be like, wait, stop the clock. I happened into something that looks like something.
It was actually on purpose.
I think if we play the tape back, we'll find that that is not the case.
Sure.
2 points to Max. I think Dominic's was, I think he had a very good idea to like get other things involved. But I think he got too caught into tying things together to make an actual interesting knot. So for that, only 1 point, though I did have a lot of fun watching him put it together.
Oh, sure. So your definition of interesting or impossible is cute?
Looks that way!
All right.
So now, of course, this was not the only part of the task. As we saw at the end, there was a little twist in there, and there was a second part of the task, which was to untie the knot. And this is the fastest win, so I figure we saw them all tie it together. Should we see them all untie together?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah!
All right, here we go.
Let's see who does it the cutest. Fucking got him.
Got him!
Got it!
Your time starts now.
Of course. All right. This is not going to be hard.
See, the symmetry is really helping me here.
Oh man, this is like the Phil Wang approach, being really shit at one task, and you're really good at another. Done.
Fuck. Great.
11 seconds.
Yes, we're actually pretty
All right, right now.
Wait, they're hot.
I feel alive.
17 seconds. Come on.
Okay. I'll review the footage. Don't worry.
Yeah, baby.
Cool. So I'm sure you could tell what times each of them had, and we can just go on from there.
Well, let's explain it for the people at home, shall we?
Let's explain it, sure. So Allison had the highest score, which of course is the worst time, with 25 seconds. Christine with 19 seconds. Max and Naomi both had 11 seconds each. And Dominic had 9 seconds to untie his knot.
What a cute little champ!
You know what I was thinking is that Dominic did untie the cutest, and it just so happens that once again, cute rises.
So what that means is for the second part of the task, Dominic gets 5 points. Max and Naomi each get 4 points for tied second place. Then we go down to Christine with 2 points for fourth place, and Allison gets 1 point with her 25 seconds. This is about the halfway point of the series. For the episode right now, Allison is once again at the bottom with 7 points.
You can say it. Last place. Sam the loser. It's okay. Just say it.
Allison, you sound awfully passionate for someone who's dead inside.
So Allison is losing with 7 points, and then we have Dominic is close ahead with 8 points. Christine and Naomi both have 10, and Max is once again in the lead with 11.
Woo! I'm glad we got that settled. I'm all worked up now. I want to feel things. Make me have feelings!
Ready, set. I'm opening the envelope now.
Take 4 photos that tell a story when looked at in the right order.
Most moving story wins.
You have 20 minutes. Your time starts now.
This one's great. Not that the other ones were bad, but this one's great.
So it started raining outside, so outside is not an option. Unless it is. Something can be sad in the rain.
I can go like outside. I can go anywhere that I can go.
Yep.
Okay, my first thought is something like not dying. That just feels too targeted towards Drake.
Oh, hold on. I already have something.
All right. Let's see. Most moving story wins.
I will say I am impressed at how little Christine has targeted me, because she probably knows me best of all the contestants, and she probably could have used that knowledge to influence me greatly, and so far has not.
I mean, she is in second place. So are two other people, but, you know. First, would you like to see Naomi and Christine creating their stories?
Would I ever?
I think I have my protagonist, which is this little owl that I have. He's really cute. He's got a little broken wing, and that's kind of sad.
And the most moving story wins. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking the first thing will be like, oh, okay, it is so targeted to Drake.
And who comes to rescue him? Okay.
So we have an owl, but what else? What other items do I have? I have, this is embarrassing. I have a lot of amiibos from Animal Crossing, but I feel like that's, I don't want to reveal that about myself.
Let's go see. For some reason, plants was my first thought. Let's see what plants are up to. Hi, Mom. I'm doing Taskmaster.
I'm gonna plan it out a little.
Towel, and I have water, and I have him. I need to get my rain boots. Oh God, I almost kicked over my garbage can. Okay.
How are plants leaving? I'm not thinking this through. I only have 15 minutes. Ooh, I have a very different direction. No, okay. I'm sticking with my original concept. Might have to kill a plant for this. That feels mean.
This is the most exciting. Phil, how long do I have? 14 minutes? Okay, it's just gonna be my winter boots, and I'm gonna look like a crazy person, and that's okay. Be right back. 13 minutes. Let me set a timer on my phone.
What? I have no pictures so far. Wait. That feels way too simplistic. Like, I wouldn't see a picture of, like, a dead plant and be like, ah, I'm moved. Maybe I would, but I'm a weirdo. So's Drake. There's hope. Not to call the Taskmaster a weirdo. A sensitive soul. Great, so I just spent 10 minutes to walk outside and come back with 0 pictures thus far.
Ah, I spilled on myself. All right. Oh, my keys. Keys and a mask. Keys and a mask. Okay. Okay. How do YouTubers do it?
I feel like the best way to show this would be with birds, but I can't, like, stage birds.
Baby plant, come back. I need you. Ooh, I got a running puddle right, look at that, right next to my apartment. I'm gonna take a burst photo. Ready? That was so sad!
Okay, swimming in time.
Oh my God.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Shut up, Phil. I mean, I have deep respect for you and your work. Great, that's as good as it's gonna get. So
I'm gonna take this on Instagram so I can add a filter on my face. Because I'm not above being vain. And anybody who says they are is a fucking liar.
Before anything, and Phil, I'll thank you to show this on the screen to demonstrate my point. I do want to point out that the little owl that Naomi has looks startlingly like my assistant, Phil. Yeah, there it is. Just the spitting image. Are you guys related, or?
I don't see it.
Also, Christina at one point said, "I'm a weirdo. So is Drake." I cannot dispute this.
There is something really unique about watching yourself do these tasks, because it's just like watching yourself slowly lose your mind.
Yeah.
Sometimes quickly. So you saw their process. Would you like to see the photos? The results of their
I'm dying to see them. So we're seeing a pot with like a sapling, and then a flower growing from it, and then here's another little pot. And now there's a little parent flower and a child flower. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, and then in the final picture, the elder flower is starting to like get a little older and lose its flowers a little bit, and the younger flower is now in full bloom and ready to take care of its adult flower. Guys, I panicked so hard.
maybe I am a weirdo because this does make me both think about death and the precarity of life and you know,
Sure.
Wait,
would you
what
like
was
to
that?
see?
Huzzah.
The percacity?
Hmm?
What was, I just wanted, you said the percacity of life? What was the
I
word?
think precariousness is maybe the word I was
I
looking
did
for.
assume that's what you meant.
I do like the word percacity. I know it doesn't mean anything, but it is a great sounding word.
Naomi.
Okay, so there's a cute little owl, Phil, standing in the rain, standing in the street. Then it gets hit by water. Then Naomi offers it a towel and then brings it in to be safe and warm. It is very cute. I'll also ask if everyone has a title for their stories to share that as well.
That's a great question. I think my title is The Warmth of the Home. That's my title. Yeah, so just to get into it a little bit, this little owl is out on the streets, and car comes by, splashes him with water. And as, you know, we saw in the video, and it's not as conveyed here, but he does fall down. And then, whoa, here comes a human with a nice, fluffy, warm towel. Don't you love, you know, it's like, to me, this last image is like the feeling of when your laundry comes out of the dryer and you're just wrapped in it. That's what I was really trying to convey with this last image.
I think you conveyed it very well. I think it's a touching and moving story about the need to help others and how when you help another person, or in this case, a small egg owl creature thing, you not only make things better for somebody else, you make your life better as well.
Yes, and thank you everyone for tainting the idea of this owl and making me only think of Phil when I look at it now.
Who?
That was funny, Philip. That genuinely was very funny. I don't want that to get away from us.
Great, thank you.
I did think of a title for mine, but I feel like it makes it worse. Drake's gonna hate it and Phil's gonna appreciate it. It is Propagate. Like plants propagate, but it's plant.
Oh. And Naomi gave you so much time to think of something.
It wasn't enough.
After you spent so much time thinking Drake's a fucking weirdo, he'll be touched by this story of plant mortality and parentage.
I take it back.
You ruined everything.
It's untitled.
If it makes you feel better, Christina, I didn't love it either.
So that should make you feel better, Christine.
Untitled.
And now Drake needs to pee a lot, so I think it's a commercial break. Phil, I want to see more stories, please! I love stories, I want to see more!
Great.
Put my shoes on. It'd be so sad.
I want to use that bread, but I need it for food. What's that 4-panel comic where, like, someone goes to the hospital and they're dead? Is that called Loss? First picture's got to be establishing. Second picture has to be the I want. Third picture has to be the devastating twist. Fourth picture has to be the outcome.
Just a moment. Oh, please don't go away. Oh, that's a photo. That's a good photo.
How much time do I have? 16 minutes. Oh, I'm fucking flying. Harder opening the goddamn envelope.
It's like the end of the Hulk a little bit. It's like, not that. How am I doing this? I went to film school. What the fuck am I doing?
I'm gonna give them a sort of, they're gonna be like in a real life comic. I guess I could have just made a comic, but this is like 3D. This will fucking blow your mind. Ew. I've got plenty of time, but for some reason I feel like I've gotta move quickly. Maybe just because life is crushing. tell that the Taskmaster is going to be very pleased with this. He loves intrigue, he loves travel, he loves romance, he loves cosmic injustice caused by a grave misunderstanding. You know, the thing about French is they just spell shit with like 400 silent letters. And for that, they are war criminals.
Stop time.
Great, that's up the clock.
For me, I've cleared my mind of all of this. It's like me watching a different person. But you know, you like travel, I think I said.
I famously hate travel, but
Well,
I do
I
think
don't-
you said that.
There's no way of knowing. We'll never look at the tape again.
So the story of this
You
story
at the
is,
door.
it's
the
me at the door,
food.
the empty bowl, then me leaving, and then a cat being like, "Oh no, you didn't feed me."
Truly devastating.
And the name of the photo series is called Neglect.
Can I just say this cat is doing a great Puss in Boots impression?
It looks exactly
I was
like
just
Puss
gonna
in
ask if
Boots.
that was Puss in Boots from Shrek.
Nope, that's just what the cat that my roommates own looks like.
Dominic, could you walk me through this? Because this feels a bit more... It's not as straightforward, maybe, as some of the others, despite it being the first one to include dialogue.
First panel, you can see that there is a pistachio and a cherry tomato. The pistachio says, "I love you," and the cherry tomato says, "I love you too, and also you." Because their relationship is charming, and they speak in a sort of like a Gilmore Girls parlance. Panel 2, realizing and acting upon that love and that ease, the pistachio says, "Let's go to Paris, the city of love." And then the cherry tomato says, "Okay, we'll take my car." A car to Paris! Their life is full of whimsy, and they will never feel bad. Cut to panel 3. Here is the cherry tomato introduces his car. Here is my car. It is a Cuisinart blender.
Ooh.
I see you're thinking ahead, Drake, but for those of us who haven't, let's cut to panel 4. They should have seen it coming, but they didn't. That's dramatic irony, baby.
This one felt like a French film.
Yes, that's what I was going for. Thank you, Max.
Did not feel very realistic. The love story felt like they were telling me they were in love. I didn't see it so much as was told it. I feel like in some of the other stories, I got the true essence of the emotions from just looking at them. In this, not so much, but I will say that doesn't make it a bad story. I think we have one more. Is that right?
One more. Let's see Allison creating her story.
Let's see. Most moving story wins. So. Come here, baby. Okay. Look. Look at the outside. Look. Bruh. Okay. We'll think of something else. Forget it. I'm freaking out. I could do something regarding like childhood or like lost childhood. Oh, well, look who decided to show up. All right. Oh, okay. We're doing the childhood one. Okay, so we're gonna use this emotionally manipulative bear. I'm using your hand as a prop. Put your hand here. Oh, we also have to save electricity. Okay. Ooh, let's get artsy with it. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, just about the
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I talk to you?
Yeah.
That's like mega scary. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, hang tight. I'll go grab him.
No problem. Thank you.
Sorry, Kevin. Dad? Kevin from PowerCo needs you again. I don't know. I'm just saying. We all have our own tasks to do. Done. We did it.
Oh, okay, great. You have plenty of time still.
How much time? Bruh.
Bruh.
I scared a fully adult human man. We were all startled.
Mainly him.
Evan, he works at PowerCo, and he and my dad were having a big old back and forth that I became a middleman for.
I do wonder how much time you lost either talking to other people or just taking pictures of Mario that were not relevant to the task at hand.
I treated every task as a time task. I think I had a lot of time left over.
That was what that final grow was about.
Yeah. I was like, I'm done. I'm finished. Philip's like, you have 11 more minutes.
So, it looks like we have a perfectly ordinary happy teddy bear. And then the teddy bear has shifted positions. A hand reaches out to pick him up. He is in a box. And then in the trash.
The piece is called Moving Day.
Very moving. I will say, it does feel somewhat derivative of the motion picture series Toy Story.
It's a pastiche, for sure.
Okay. Moving Day. Okay, I have my work cut out for me in this one because a lot of these were very moving.
Sure, have to rank the movements.
Yeah, well, just to make things easier for me, I will say that Dominic's moved me the least, so we can safely put him in last as I just gather my thoughts on the other ones. Sorry, Dominic. In fourth, Allison's Moving Day, which did make me very, very sad, and it did move me, but I was just moved more by others, but this was very moving, and if you showed this to me outside of this, I would say, this is really sad, and if we were alone, I would cry. 3 points to Max's Bad Cat Dad story. 4 points to Christine's Untitled story, which was a moving story about the passage of time and life and family. And 5 points to Naomi's very alarming and then very comforting tale of what would happen if Philip was transformed into a small miniature owl and stranded on the street, only be rescued by his friend Naomi.
Yeah, real roller coaster. That's what I was aiming for. Thank you so much.
Let's take it to the scoreboard.
Allison and Dominic both have 9 points this episode. Christine and Max both have 14 points this episode. And Naomi has 15 points this episode. So it is anyone's game except for Allison and Dominic this time. As we go into the final task of the show.
Since this is the unauthorized quarantine edition, it's time for our contestants to say exactly where they are and just imagine they're making their way to the stage for the final task.
Drake, who would you like to read the final task tonight?
I would like Christine to read the final task.
Play a game of harmonize, improvise, rhythmatize. Phil will sing a word, after which the first contestant must harmonize with a rhyming word. After this duet, the chain continues with the next contestant singing any word that starts with the last letter of either previous word. Then their duet partner must harmonize another rhyme. If anyone sings a word that doesn't rhyme or doesn't start with the right letter, they are eliminated. This will continue until there's only one person left.
Rattle.
What?
Well, this sounds straightforward and not at all exhausting.
How do we know who's next?
So I'm going to tell you.
Oh, what are the rules? No.
The order is going to be Naomi, Max, Christine, Dominic, Allison. Here we go.
Rowdy.
Rowdy.
Yellow.
Mellow.
Done. I'm out. I'm done.
What word was
What
that?
word?
It was the word fuck.
That does not start with a W.
No.
It started with an F.
Neither of those words ended with F.
All right, I think Dominic's out.
Cheese.
Elephant.
Elephant.
I mean, it was a clear sabotage, but also a clear.
You can rhyme relevant with elephant. And elegant.
Wow. Max said, here are the receipts.
Water.
Potter. What was the word that you said?
Water.
Red.
Wait, it's my turn.
Oh, fuck me.
Rhino.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. I didn't hear what you said.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
Throatmeal?
I heard oatmeal.
So Naomi's out.
Bye.
So now, very exciting. We're now in the final. What this?
I can't wait.
Max starts. Allison rhymes. They end. Allison does a word based off the last letter. Max rhymes. They end.
Okay.
On and on until.
Max, you got it. I got it. Let's just go.
Until I blow my brains out.
Diamond.
Simon.
What was your word?
What's your word?
Simon.
Well, it looks like I've won this game.
Well, that we need a Taskmaster ruling on this.
Simon is not a word. I will say that if I could, I would give Dominic 5 points, Christine 4, Naomi 3, Allison 2, and Max 1, because that is the order they made the game get closer to the ending. But I will abide by the rules of the task and give it in the opposite way. So Max, and Allison, Naomi, Christine.
Damn.
If you're wondering what that means for the series scores, as we are now 2/3 of the way done with our entire series, Allison is second to last with 24. Dominic has 23. Christine is at 27. Naomi at 32. And Max at 39 points. Last place for this episode, just earning 1 point in that wonderful game, is Dominic with 10 points. Then we go up to Allison, who has 13. Christine has 16 points. And then a solid 18 for Naomi and 19 for Max. Which means he now has won 66% of this season at least.
Max Ash is the winner, which means he gets all these fucking hats.
Oh, that was funny.
By the way, y'all, let's go. Look at that thing.
Whoa.
Nice.
No! You gotta cut it and then take a picture for the group.
Oh, shit, yeah, okay.
That's inside of the stage.
Oh! Jason, wow!
First bite. It's like a 10 out of 10.